In this unit of the course, we're going to be concerned with the functions of language. And one of the functions that we want to pay particular attention to is the human capacity for social organization and collaboration on a very large scale. Now, for millions of years, the champions in this regard in the animal world were ants and termites, that have the capacity to organize tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of individuals around their collective concerns, such as defending their nests, rearing their young, finding food, growing food even for some species. So humans are very much late comers to this trick, to discovering, so to speak, the power of large-scale collaboration. Anatomically humans that are physically just like we are today, seem to have been on the planet for about 200,000 years. And it's only within about the last 7,000 years that human societies have been leaving behind them structures roughly on the scale of this condo project you see going up here. So if we take my forearm from elbow to fingertip to represent the entire span of human history, 200,000 years, then the span of time during which we've been building structures on this scale is only about the length of my fingernail. The condo project also gives us some hint of the power and the complexity of the social organization that humans are capable of now. Whenever you see something like this, pretty much anywhere in the industrial world, you're very often looking at a project that involves tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people. Because within a project like this, you'll see materials and components that come from all over the world. Electrical equipment, air conditioning units, plumbing pieces, steel, aluminum, wood in various forms, all kinds of materials been manufactured in one way or another at plants all around the world. So human collaboration works on a very large scale in terms of the distances and the numbers of people that are involved, and also the speed. The project manager here can pick up the phone and have a conversation with a potential supplier in Singapore. Another notable aspect of human cooperation and collaboration is the variety of roles that we have. There are many different roles that you could imagine involved in a project like this over here. If you look at the index of job categories that the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics maintains, you find tens of thousands of different job types listed just for the U.S. economy. Another notable thing about the way humans organize themselves socially is that individual people can have multiple roles. So you can spend your day at work on a project like this, and then you go home and you have a different kind of role in your family. If you go out for a meeting, say, of a political group or something of that sort, you'll have a different role in that sort of setting. If you're a member of a sports team, you have a different role there, and on and on. And a single person can easily, in the course of a week, be involved in a dozen different roles in different contexts. Another remarkable fact about human social organization is that it is now so complex, so dense and highly structured that there are many people within the structure that actually have no very direct contact in terms of making what you might think of as primary resources like structure, growing food, and so forth. So we have, for example, as a species, we have a very strong interest in what I'll call information hoarding, gathering information, using that information, processing it in various ways to try and pursue our goals. So on this project here, of course, there are accountants keeping track of the money, and they've been involved from the very beginning. There are engineers who take advantage of information that others have gathered in the past about how to do this kind of thing safely and inexpensively and so forth. There are scientists who contribute to understanding the materials and the properties of the materials and the kinds of structures and so forth that will stand up to various kinds of stresses. And some of the intellectual work of that kind that contributes to a project like this was done by Greek and Egyptian mathematicians 2,000 years ago and more. So human beings are remarkable in terms of this capacity for information hoarding and sharing and filtering and passing, and this ability to pass information on from generation to generation by way of social organization. So what all this comes around to is that human social organization and collaboration seems to be very, very powerful. And the way that we can see this or get a hint of it in a way, is what's happened to human population over the last 200 years. It seems that over the long span of human history, over the 200,000-year span since anatomically modern humans appeared, that human population was typically under 1 million people worldwide. And it only got to 1 billion people around 1800. But since 1800, the global human population has grown from 1 billion to 7 billion people. So if we consider that, again, in relation to the whole span, 200,000 years from when we first appeared to now, then the time during which our population has grown from 1 billion worldwide to 7 billion worldwide is only equal to about the thickness of my finger, right here at the end. So it's a virtually instantaneous, explosive change in the global human population. And it appears that our capacity for social organization and collaboration has been absolutely central to that change. So one of the things that we'll do in this unit is consider the question, how is language relevant to and involved in the human capacity for social organization and collaboration on very, very large scales that are typical of modern human life?